as it becomes more hungry and wakes up, needing to be fed. This once docile beast comes at you from a direction that you will never see until it's too late.
Hello, and good day, folks. Today I'm speaking to you as the Planetary Judge to educate you on a very disturbing phenomenon called how stupid people. And this is going to be on the back of our existing material. Okay, so this is going to be on the back of existing material. And I'll be using Wikipedia, YouTube, books, and etc. to explain what this means. The foundation from which I'll be speaking from is a small little book, and it's a tiny little book. Okay, it's a small essay, and it's quite literally called The Basic Laws of Human Stupidity.
That really works, don't it? That really works. That really works, don't it?
And it's by Carlo. Okay, now I have instructed all my students on the internet, as it were, to get this book. It's only a few dollars, and to read it and to understand it. For me to be able to give it some weight, I will do my best to describe this, because this has a great deal of explanatory reach. The book itself is also part of a foundation of a man that existed in World War II, a priest by the name of Bonhoeffer. He's quite a famous person in Germany, and I'll be talking about that as well. Well, first of all, these are laws that he's describing. Okay, the basic laws, basic, which means it's fundamental laws of human stupidity. And he uses a quadrant piece of graph to be able to explain it. So because I want to be able to promote other people's work as well, I'm going to use the YouTube channels that are already explaining these things as part of the foundation, because I want to give them accreditation. That's quite important. So this is the main character that we are speaking about. The foundation of this work is actually generated from Bonhoeffer, a priest in Germany that was witnessing the Nazis and what they were doing. Okay, and then in the 1970s, you had the book by Carlo that talked about the 5 laws of stupidity. Now, as you can see, some of these views on this is like nearly 1 million views, which means people are really coming to understand how our world really works. Let's go on to the first law. The first law says quite literally this from the back of the book, and I'm using this as fair market value or fair market usage. Okay? Always, inevitably, everyone underestimates the number of stupid people in circulation. He goes to explain in great detail, even though it's a very short book, that however much we are estimating how much stupid people there are on the planet, we have got that number wrong. What he's basically saying is that it is far greater than we have possibly imagined.
Nobody asked you for your fucking opinion! Capiche? Okay. She drives me crazy.
That is quite a difficult concept for me to wrap my head around, that there are more people on this planet in circulation that have stupidity in them than I can possibly even estimate.
But what I'm saying is that if you're gonna say something negative about me, make sure you come with facts, and then let's have a debate about it. That's all I'm saying.
Published documents that show the Department of Corrections has been refurbishing, renovating the gas chamber at a prison in Florence. It hasn't been used in more than 20 years. Why would DOC bring back the gas chamber?
Full stop. The consequences of that one sentence leads us on to various other findings. which is the second basic law, is that the probability, these are his words, the probability that a certain man or a woman be stupid is independent of any other characteristics of that person or that man and woman. What that basically means is that whether they are rich, poor, famous, very beautiful, very ugly, whatever category that us human beings put people in, all of these categories have these levels of stupidity in them.
She drives me crazy. She drives me to where, you know what, I almost checked myself into the psychiatric ward. She almost drove me to check myself into the psychiatric ward because she drives me crazy. Be quiet.
So if we are talking about poor people, people that struggle every day, as it were, financially, he's saying those numbers of stupid people that exist in that demographic is identical to, so we say, the aristocracy. Each one of these statements is as profound can be, but how he self-qualifies it will come to the end. This is the most frightening bit for me, as it were, as I'm starting to conclude my studies on stupid people. A stupid man or woman, which is the third law, by the way, sorry to miss that. The third law, which is the golden law, it's the golden rule. A stupid man or woman is a person who causes loss to others or to a group of people, while himself deriving no gain and even possibly incurring losses to themselves. Let me paraphrase it. A stupid man or woman causes loss to other people as well as themselves. So that is the third law, which is the golden rule, is that the person, a man or a woman, is so stupid that they do cause damage to other people as well as to themselves.
Son, I am a true fucking patriot here for Australia.
Which in itself, it has a great deal of explanatory reach for myself. The fourth law, which is also quite breathtaking. Stupid people always underestimate the damaging power. Sorry, I beg your pardon, let me rephrase this. The fourth law is that non-stupid people underestimate the damaging power of stupid people.
It's great. So, did you have something you wanted to say?
Sure. I mean, I hear what's going on. There's fake shield channels out there, and they do have to be exposed.
In particular, non-stupid people constantly forget that at all times and places, and under any circumstances, to deal and or associate with stupid people infallibly turns out to be a costly mistake. Wow.
Right now, I mean, if Juanita could come up here and save me, but Juanita says you're Aaron B. Hawk's slave master.
Oh, Juanita, I'm not anybody's slave. I'm not anybody's slave.
Everyone says you're working for somebody, Urban. Monograph?
I don't know why they're saying that. Because they are, in essence, guilty by association.
What a statement. Now, the conclusion, as I will go and explain a lot more, is that the fifth law of stupidity, this is the fifth law, that is also what you're looking at on the screen. A stupid person is the most dangerous type of person. A stupid person is more dangerous than a bandit.
Cool.
I have one question. Is this real?
It's what real?
Look. So I got the idea that everything is a LARP.
Yeah, most likely.
So are you guys acting? Is everything
Me and
a LARP?
no.
So that's real.
Yeah. Well, what would be fake about it? Where I mean, it comes to a point of like how real is like a hatred between me and him? Probably not much, but I'm saying that
You said nobody told you that's real, and you said nobody told you that's scripted. You said that, Irvin, and like, oh my goodness.
no one told me that was scripted. This right here.
Yeah.
As far as what? Oh, that's how it's going now? Well, I haven't talked to anyone set up things behind the scenes, if that's what you're asking.
Okay, great, thanks.
And here, I'm going to start describing what you're looking at. On the left-hand quadrant, you'll see helpless people. And on the right-hand top corner, you see intelligent people. And you see on the bottom right-hand quadrant, you will see bandits. Bandits are essentially thieves. As well as narcissists and psychopaths and all these types of people. And then, of course, we have stupid people. And what it's basically saying is this, that stupid people are the most dangerous. And this is why.
A 22 caliber or a hunting rod. Anything above that you can't. So suck in. You know nothing. Nothing.
A stupid man or a woman, please put that into a word, that a stupid person is so self-indulgent under Boniface's system of knowledge and morality is that the stupid person has little or no morality. With Carlo, with the basic rules of stupidity, what he is basically saying is that it's more or less a genetic trait. But of course, he was not privileged to understand how genetics works or epigenetics work.
I don't know what you're talking about. I really don't.
We are very quick to blame nature, and we are very quick to blame genes and other factors, rather than the people that are actually doing these things. Our mistake essentially is to excuse stupid people for their conduct and blame it on nature and stuff. But I won't be going down that route. What is the most prominent for me is that they do cause incredible amount of damage.
OJM was leaving comments for Betty Washam saying he bows to his... OJM is a game player. He's a young guy who thinks that he's being some kind of undercover. He's just being an idiot. That's all he is. You cannot play games with these people. And that's why I do block people.
And that damage is very simple. Because their stupidity is so unpredictable, that it follows no rationality, that it doesn't follow even the rationality of them trying to get a gain for themselves in being stupid. That because it doesn't follow even the basic rules of being a bandit or a thief, or even a person in their helpless quadrant, it takes us by surprise how stupid an individual can be, and rolled out onto a national scale, like in World War II or Iraq I or Iraq II, or what Tony Blair and the Bush did in convincing the people that there is internal terrorism and the terrorism also exists outside of their country. And coaching the population to actually believe such things exist. And the general public, because we grossly underestimate how much of these people on our planet there really is, we also underestimate the level of damage that they are able to do. What you folks out there are witnessing in the corona period, with the mortgages, the loans, the debts, the student loans, the mortgage frauds, the Great British Mortgage fraud, and all of those things is on the back of stupid people taking action, as it were. in Boniface's view, and he actually, lost his life on account of his findings, is that they lack morality. They lack no central gravity to gravitate to or anchor them like a man or woman with faith, not religion, of course. Because of this, their stupidity goes haywire. And the manipulative people that know about these things rile them up into a stupor of convincing their fellow man, as it were, that if you're not for me, then you are against me. In other words, if you're not believing that the terrorists are in Iraq and they're going to blow up America, if you don't believe what we believe, then you are stupid. And human beings, what they are, fall into that pattern. Gosh, we can't go against the general belief. But there is always an underlying principle of highly moral people with ethics, shall we say, that will stand their ground. And it is the cultivation of these people that must take action greater than the stupid people. Because the stupid people will always take you by surprise, how far they can take a nation to the brink of war or even self-destruction. So, the intelligent quadrant here, the rational people, because they are rational people, they cannot, and if not, will not, ever comprehend or want to comprehend. Why would a man or a woman behave and conduct themselves in such a way that it damages not only themselves, that incurs incredible amount of losses to themselves? Why would they do that? Why would a man or a woman cause such great loss to themselves and other people? Why would they do that? Because they don't have the answer to it, and because they're not willing to go with that simple explanation is that they are stupid. They excuse them. And in doing so, the disaster strikes again and again. That stupid people win the day.
I feel that. Yeah, most of my friends were adults growing up when I was a kid because me hanging around kids ain't gonna progress much. So if I got some 16-year-old and I'm in that same position where I was kicking it with this 30-year-old because he knew some shit, why do you fags always looking at this shit as some pedophile stuff? It's your problem, don't you think so? And weren't you hanging out with adults when you was a teenager? I get the fuck out. But, man.
That's, the intelligent people. That's the rationality, something that I have done. I'm thinking to myself, no, he won't do that. She won't do that. Of course not, because they would lose everything. Why would they do that? Of course, that's just me being stupid. I'm just being stupid, not thinking that they will go into that self-destructive mode when everything is saying that's exactly what they're doing. Whereas I should be preparing to actually slap them down or put them down or put them in their place. because I'm quick to dismiss, just like society, that people really can't be that stupid, they take you by surprise. Surely he cannot be that stupid. He will lose his business. A business that, say, I set up for him as a gift, or a family, or a home, and the things that you would do. What Boniface and Carlo are saying is that when you gift a stupid person, or a stupid man or a woman, with kindness, or with money, finance, or even knowledge, all you're doing is that you're gifting them the ability to be even more stupid. In other words, they will use your gifts to even self-destruct more the people around them, society, as well as themselves. I am actually gifting them with the power of becoming more and more stupid. As one particular man said, cast not pearls among swine. As condemning as that is, one cannot ignore it. So that's, the struggle that rational and intelligent people have with stupid people. Let's have a look at the thief, the narcissist and the bandit, the people that will steal from you, like the banks and so on and so forth. What Carlo is also saying with that is that the perfect bandit, or the perfect thief, will take from you something like, say, $100, and that is the only thing that you will feel the loss of. In other words, it's a clean steal. Like the banks and the court system and the governments, they try to create a clean steal where you're not even feeling that you've actually been done hard upon. They actually convince you what's happening to you is actually the normal course of events, when in reality, they're successfully stealing from you without any resistance. So these types of people we know very well, and they're predictable. The helpless person, the intelligent person, the rational person, they are able to work out what the thief's purpose is, like the narcissist or the psychopath. We know what they're up to. Where the bandit also goes wrong, the thief as it were, is that they can easily themselves be overwhelmed by the stupid people around them. Because we know that the mortgage companies, the governments...
15. Beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. They wear long fringes. They appear to be holy and godly of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, but they're getting underhand payment and bribery and perks through the 501c3 program.
And these people that use stupid people to their advantage, they themselves become overwhelmed in time that the stupidity of human beings are also underestimated by the very people that use stupid people, like putting stupid people in charge of the CIA, FBI, governments, so on and so forth. Politicians are, for example, very classical example of people that move into the bandit category.
30 to 40 group, take your places, please.
Get him, fellow man.
Right. Let's see which one of us can touch his toes. Right over from the hips, brothers and sisters,
Apply
please.
yourself, fellow man. Come on.
1, 2. 1, 2.
Oh, jeez.
1, 2. 1.
Is this what it's come to?
Smith.
Come on.
6079 Smith W. Yes, you. Bend lower. You're not trying.
Not applying yourself, fellow man.
So let me put that back in. So politicians are very good candidates for understanding how they move from being partly rational and partly stealing from the general public. But they always get caught out by the amount of stupid people come their way. Like in Germany, when you blame a particular group of people for your own stupidity, what they call a scapegoating, i.e. Jews and so on and so forth, that in itself will turn around. And what is the consequences of the actions of the German people? Is that they lost their country. Is that they allowed this overwhelming stupid people to consume the entire German world.
Seriously. Everyone knows. Everyone has your names. Everyone has your addresses. And you still don't care. You know that this is a global platform? Do you understand this? That this is a global platform. Molotov, do you understand that you fucked up asylum? Do you understand that you ruined this? You blew it? And you know that you did. I don't even know how they got you on board for this.
And that includes everybody else that participates in allowing stupid people and the bandits to get away with these things.
Okay? And you're letting them get away with this. You're letting them get away with this. And they said to me, you can't do anything. Because Bright Light fucked up the dogs. I said, why should that matter? It shouldn't matter when they think that it's me.
Let's talk about the helpless people. The helpless people are people that usually want to be inactive, don't want to particularly participate. Well, when that happens, they will almost certainly become victims of the bandits, almost certainly. And the helplessness of them will also put them in a sense of stupa, in other words, stupidity.
I really do. Because, I'll tell you what. Hello, police department. It's me again. Yes, it is her again. Yes, she has not stopped harassing me. She has not stopped stalking me on the computer. She stalks me every day still through a third party now.
I think with all the kung fu and stuff that this guy knows, I think it's beyond, like, we know that the 3-letter alphabet agencies use freaking, actors and so forth, or maybe the movies or celebrity status to be a dirty CIA or sold out, FBI or something like that, right? Which I think he could be, connected to the Las Vegas ooting event. I think we need to go and see if he has anything to say about it, any comment, if he, when was the last time he saw Jason Aldean before that event, right? Was Mark Connors at that event? It was a pretty dang good country show, right? You think, Jason Aldean's new right-hand man would want to be there for something like that, yo diggity.
To statutory rape, and look at his case file. No contact with his victim, and no sex offender registration.
Aaron Cox, what the fuck happened to you? Obviously, I was right. You received a brain injury somewhere along the line. That's why you retired with disability. Because you look like you graduated from Villanova with a bachelor's. Look like you were pretty smart. It also showed that you're into computer tech shit. So that would kind of lend credence to you hacking computers and doing tracers. But I regress.
They lose their intelligence. And the bandits, for example, will take heavy advantage of the inactivity of helpless people. When intelligent people or even bandits are being attacked, as long as when they are being attacked, we can easily move into the helpless quadrant. But to stay there without fighting back means that you will conditionally be a victim to stupid people and bandits.
Albu's got this idea in her head that apparently, I gotta ask this, especially about, Justin. This is something that people, I want to drive this point home. Does anyone listening to this, whether you're in the chat or not, I'm creating some videos that come up tomorrow maybe, but I gotta ask you guys, let's level with me here. Do you think that I have the ability or the power to make another man murder his mother just by uploading a YouTube video?
No, I don't.
Is anyone dense enough or mentally twisted enough to believe that?
Malibu.
Well, my suggestion to Malibu is contact law enforcement. I think she should tell her doctor about this as well. And maybe they'll get her the help that she needs. Just saying. And as far as Ashley, that man does not concern me.
No, nor I. Not one bit afraid of him.
Above all these things, helpless people will always fall victim to bandits and stupid people. Intelligent people can very easily be moved into stupidity.
That I have such weird shit happen. But
these people were predators, and that guy preyed on you. And I'm just gonna say this. This is my take on it, and this is, listen. And I've known for months, and I know Yax, if you're listening, I've known for months what you were doing to her. And I sat on my hands, and Norman sat on his hands, because we didn't want to make matters worse for her. And she thought she had it under control, and eventually you would stop, but you didn't. And I'm telling you right now, they set out to fucking suicide troll you as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
I'm not convinced for 1 second. Tracy knew him prior. How the fuck does he have her fucking phone number? He's emailing her. He's been threatening you with her for 3 months. Tracy, no one is afraid of you. You're not going to get away with this shit. The things that you do to people.
Well, at the end of the day, what they thrive off of the reaction, I believe, and the response, and they think Tracy thought she had a golden goose egg in her lap, and the egg wound up being down there she is. Yeah, beautiful skin for 55-year-old. She mentioned going through sepsis. I think she didn't realize her golden goose egg was a little bit rotten, right, when she cracked it, and they were all there like goddamn sharks and vultures circling around. They were just ready to eat me alive, man.
And on their Sunday finest to sit around and basically throw rocks at another human being. This is how sick they are. And they say, we're the suicide trolls. They say, we're the bullies. We're the gang stalkers. Really? You guys are trying we're trying to make a spectacle out of a woman for no reason.
Well, they have a reason. They have their very clear, concise reasons in their mind, and that's fine. The bottom line is that I haven't even brought any of them up in months. I hadn't been around. I popped in every now and then. I'm not shed tears of scarlet. So that poor account is being blamed for me now. Now they're blaming me. Now they're claiming I'm Menthol Man, which is hilarious. Not Menthol Man. When I have a sock account,
Menthol Man is a real fucking person.
Bandits will normally become overwhelmed themselves by underestimating how stupid people they really are. And each person can move into any one of these quadrants. Here's another one of those very, I don't know how to express it, but eye-watering statement, is that when he did test Carlo, that is, in the various demographics, believing that the poor working class would have amongst them the greatest volume of stupidity, putting it mildly, as it were. What he actually found out is that his figures of how much he underestimated, in fact, the numbers were so great among the poor working class, it's staggering. So he thought, to check this, let's move up the ranks a little bit. Let's move out of the blue-collar workers and into the white-collar workers. He found the same level of stupidity blighted that demographic as well.
So I'm going to reveal a little more about my role, as I've kind of hinted at it a bunch of times. Law enforcement is watching everything you do. The FBI watching everything you do. They're not stupid. They're very smart. They know your personality types. They know the tricks you try to use. And there's going to be a big fucking roundup. Watch the second tomorrow starts getting prosecuted. And I already told you I don't bluff tomorrow. Wendy, Begley Chaplin, I don't fucking bluff.
In addition to that, so really to test it, he went for the Nobel laureates, who are supposed to be the most intelligent. What he found is that the equal amount of stupid people existed within that spectrum as well of demographics. And there are only a few hundred of these people, and yet the level of stupidity among them is quite breathtaking.
Complete obsession with me! Little old me! Should I go? Or should I go, oh God, please, you gotta be joking me? Or should I go, ah!
That, ladies and gentlemen, basically is left with this. In order, from Bonhoeffer's view and my view as well, in order for humanity to be able to move forward, the greater level of morality that they have to develop in order to anchor themselves as to know what is right and what is wrong is the fundamentals of this. And not allow stupid people to have a voice in the media.
What'd you do, Aaron? What did you do, Aaron? Aaron? You know, Aaron that has all of these gizmos, tracers, back in my Skype, trying to do all your dirty deeds, Aaron? What?
Expressing their stupidity. Not allowing people to convince other people that you need to be vaccinated, when yet they have yet to even prove the existence of a single virus, let alone a coronavirus or COVID-19.
The thing that these dark entities do, and I see this a lot, is they have implants that they put in us. And I'm going to tell you something that I have not talked about at all. And this is about COVID. I work with COVID patients, and I work with medical doctors with COVID patients. And what I have learned from COVID is that COVID is an alien tech. And the spikes, the corona, those spikes break off and they embed in the weak parts of the person. And they become fish hooks. Psychically, they become fish hooks, and they can embed in the pancreas, they can embed in the heart, the lungs. Whatever your weakness is, they will embed into. And then eventually, I'm watching them as these fish hooks embed in the weak parts. They turn into an implant. And these implants are what the aliens can control. They can turn on, off, etc. These implants can be removed through psychic surgery, which is what I do. And this is where COVID hits those secondary symptoms with people on a different level. Why is one person having a heart attack or heart issues? Why is another person having lung issues or colon issues? It's because it's their weak spot. I can see auras and energies around people, but only with their permission or only if my spidey senses are like, sending off alarm bells.
Which has a patent on it, which means it's mankind. Human beings have to question the fundamentals of certain things, which is, are you asking me to presume and assume that such a thing exists? Let me question if such a thing exists. Show me the proof of your COVID-19, of your corona. Show me the proof that what you have claimed is true. Some politicians will slander themselves so you don't take them serious. Some will act as the physical comedians, like Joe Biden, who's acting as a physical comedian, a fall guy. Whereas in reality, you don't know if he is intelligent or not.
Wearing a mask. Because, that's what JoJo do. And JoJo had this to say.
What I'm going to say is that I urge the Democrats to go out and campaign like the devil, to make it clear.
Campaign like who?
I urge the Democrats to go out and campaign like the devil, to go out and campaign like the devil, to go out and campaign like the devil.
He often invokes the devil. He did it before. I'll put that clip in here. I did another video on this.
By the way, we weren't planning a rally, but our headquarters is just around the corner.
The headquarters is right in the corner.
And these are all people who work like the devil. I've earned the vote. I've worked like the devil to earn the vote of the African American community.
Apparently, JoJo's a big fan of the devil's work ethic. He likes the way the devil works. The devil's a hard worker, in JoJo's opinion, and he believes that people should emulate the devil in their work ethic.
I've worked like the devil. These are all people who work like the devil. To go out and campaign like the devil.
He wants you to campaign like the devil. It started back here.
Safely. Make sure businesses are given the protection they need to be able to set up everything from plastic coverings in front of the cash register to people wearing masks and a whole range of things.
He's struggling to breathe.
He's just not doing what needs to be done. He's being totally irresponsible. It's all about the election for him, and it's irresponsible. What we don't do is we don't think about large crowds where people...
Yeah, I don't think you have any worry about that, Jojo.
What I'm saying to you is do not fall into thinking like stupid people will do just because he's acting stupid, that he really is stupid. That's just a stage show. Develop yourself on a moral footing, on a level where you have ethics, that you are able to maintain your own center of gravity. These are just long words and long explanations to say, if you're a man, it is what you are, and nobody's ever going to convince you otherwise. Not the fashion industry, not the half-twisted morality of politicians, and the rest of it. Get to the fundamentals of things. Does such a thing really exist? Show me the evidence, the proof on paper and on policy that Joe Biden, for example, really is stupid and incompetent. There isn't none, because that is a stage show that he's putting on. But if you look at his policies and what he's done for cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, you'll be very surprised, because the whole of US is going to go crypto, mainstream, not just crypto, but Bitcoin. The US government under Joe Biden is the biggest champions of Bitcoin. Okay? But if you're going to go for the stage play, if you're going to allow yourself to be fooled, then you will firmly fall into the category of stupid people.
He wasn't in that far. When I said I was surprised that someone of his caliber would let these type of people in terms of grooming him. She's got Crano in there. She's got Sugarsheim in there. Aaron Cox. Those three people that I just named, all of them were directly involved with Fort Neches. Now listen to Mechanic laugh his butt off at what I'm saying. Saying he didn't understand what was the deal with this lady, who she was, what was going on. Kim Arnott immediately told him a pack of lies. And he's like, oh yeah? Oh, well, if she's like that, well, I'm on board. That's where it went from grooming to clipped. And now he is thoroughly clipped. He'll be singing in a high voice pretty soon, a falsetto.
And because you do not know whether it's a stage play or whether it's genuine, because you haven't asked the basic question, is this true or not? You move yourself into being helpless because you haven't asked the basic questions. Intelligent people ask intelligent questions. They're going to try to avoid presuming and assuming. So, essentially, ladies and gentlemen, your ticket out of these falls in humanity, these hiccups in humanity, the blight, as it were, that blightens humanity, just requires you to have an anchoring in morality. That's all. And one or two basic questions. Show me the evidence that such and such is true. Show me the evidence on policy that Joe Biden is incompetent.
My lacquer rag caught fire.
rather than the acting that they do. Because as a Chief Federal Postal Court judge and a planetary judge, I can roll out all of these things that I have found in my studies to educate to you. And I too can go on stage and act a fool.
When I meet new people, I don't really go out of my way to say, well, my partner is a doll.
Bottom line is that Dave Cat is pretty intimidated and frightened of pursuing an intimate relationship with a real person.
I just think it's a matter of time before more people are choosing the synthetic option.
Are you still lonely?
No. I'm actually quite happy.
But if the media, like the BBC...
Forget I'm on camera. Probably not a good thing either. In a few days, I will do a video. Okay. All right, that's good enough. I'm just sick of the guy. And if you watch this channel, you'd see why I'm sick of it. I'm like really fed up with the fucker. He just talks like he knows everything. He just talks it down. He don't even know me. He knows nothing about me. You're making me stupid, some silly or something. You know, this is when we talk about people and YouTube credibility, we have to think about Aaron B. Todd. He says that YouTube credibility doesn't matter. Now, I don't know if he means that it doesn't matter if people don't pay attention or it doesn't matter so I can tell any lie I want. Kind of like the Denise swear, right? Well, as long as it kind of comes out of my mouth, it's reality. It really didn't come out of her mouth. It comes from somebody else's mouth to her brain. And what she didn't do is like chew the food and digest it and all that stuff.
Like the Fox News is, the CNN or BNN or whatever they're called, only show you images of me being the fool. That is all that I will be, the fool to you, unless you ask some basic questions. Hey, is full colon Mark hyphen Kishon full colon Christopher with a full stop at the end, is he really a fool? Is he really a planetary judge? Is he really a Federal Postal Court judge? When you ask those basic questions, you move out of being helpless. You move out of the world of being stupid and victim to thieves like bandits, and move yourself into that realm outside of these laws. Now, they're only laws as long as you are not anchored in morality. Not being moralistic and projecting your morality on people, but you yourself are anchored in correctness, in truth, in fact, in faith. It's yours. Not for you to be able to spread it to everybody else, because they might want to. But if you anchor yourself, imagine the level of influence that you will have on your fellow mankind as to opposed to the activity of bandits and stupid.
Don't you dare forget how far back I go.
I know you do.
Block Aaron. Block Aaron. I don't want to hear any more shit from you, bro. Do the right thing now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we can agree that television stations and newspapers often will interview stupid people about outcomes that they want for themselves, i.e. vaccines and etc. Have you noticed they always interview exceptionally stupid people? They don't give airtime to people that are questioning. They don't give airtime to people that show you the facts or ask you to prove that there is such thing as COVID and to prove that such a thing can have a vaccine. They don't do that. This is where you come in. By you finding your own morality and explaining it to the people, you educate people. But to equip stupid people, you keep away. That's what the rule is. You don't allow the stupid one to have the voice. Because the most dangerous man and woman on this planet is the stupid one. Their damage is limitless. And in his own words, Carlo, the basic laws of human stupidity, there is no upper limit to how stupid people can be.
You know, but
let it be. And people just can't, they want people to fit into things, or they think they want to cross a certain line. Like they can't be creative and make a video and express themselves and have fun with it. Or which I like to try to do is have fun with it and laugh at it. But like with Aaron, I always kept it funny. He cracked me up. I mean, he'd come at me and it would piss me off. But still, I had to laugh. But it took a turn. And I'm like, really? We've come to the point to where you're trying to say somebody's asshole with paper, dirty toilet paper hanging out of it is me in the title? Yeah. Fuck off, dude. Don't come to my chat.
And the amount of damage that they can do. Witness the world, witness the American people that fell into the spell of the George Bush family, or England, Britain, United Kingdom that fell under the spell of Tony Blair, or Iran who fell under the spell of that character, forgotten his name. Anyway, one of these religious leaders. It is so easy for mankind to fall into these basic traps, like thinking Nelson Mandela, who doesn't exist, because they appeal to the stupid people's romances, their ability to shout out and take action and fight for something that doesn't exist. Nelson Mandela is only a piece of paper, it's a contract. Like Gandhi, it's only a contract. But people don't know that, because stupid people will always walk themselves into stupidity, i.e., as I have pointed out, those famous words from the 70s.
We're back. Yes, I was talking about Aaron Cox, the Coast Guard veteran, admitting in a video live stream yesterday that he and the gang that I've referred to as the trailer park, the cop stalkers, the port terrorists, basically though, Aaron Cox, Sugar Shine, Dave Acton, and a few of their supporting characters. He admits they were responsible for Port Neches. Yeah, he's still running around loose. What's Shadowbox got to do with this? I started to say, I titled the video, FBI Shadowbox.
God save the Queen. Quite literally, it's like me saying God save the Queen. And a fascist regime. Those two sentences, they sealed and doomed what is known as a forgiveness of debt. That's what they did for the general public. And they opened up the contract for the general people to forgive the debts and the sins of what we call the crown.
All sorts of shit, and that's it. You're going,
Yeah, in Domingo's eyes it does, because he wants to be the theocratic dictator, but he doesn't want to actually come out and say it. He just wants to have that prestige without any responsibility. And that's the same pathology as Leonard Tryon. It's like, yeah, you guys are archetypal, and you don't even realize it. You think you're so damn original and so big-brained until you meet someone who makes you look like a fucktard, and you can't deal with it. Oh.
fellow man, I don't think you're honest, and I think you're a larper just like that. I gave you blue, because I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. You fuck me, I'm gonna ruin you.
It's another layer in the catfishing extortion ring that's been attacking Thomas Schoenberger. And I've said it before, I'll say it again, and Thomas will say to me, I wish you wouldn't do that. He's no angel. But he's a decent human being, and he's an innocent human being. He's innocent of these accusations that are being made against him.
I don't think it takes that much sophistication to understand what I'm saying. Don't ever allow stupid people to have a voice, because stupidity can easily breed stupidity.
A decent human being, and he's an innocent human being. He's innocent of these accusations that are being made against him.
Drunk, up and down this hill. That hill that we just went up right now, I've driven that motherfucker so fucking drunk in a let's just call it a fucking projectile. In a fucking lifted F-250. Beefed up. Okay? I used to fucking drive up and down. And that's the thing, I've been fucking lucky in it. I never got a DUI. Never got it. And I'll never have one. Never in my life, because like I said, I don't drink like that no more. I can't even drink I can't drink to be too fucking drunk to drive it. So thankfully, I skated past that.
You can still get a DUI for doing certain things behind the wheel after you visit the tree store, right? So, anyways, also, when Mr. Dinkus talks about his lifted F-250, does that mean it's stolen? I don't know. Maybe we need some comments about this one. Peace out.
A lie against a lie. Now, the Dunning-Kruger effect is a watered-down version, but a comical version nevertheless. This man lost his life to bring us this type of knowledge. And he lost his life. So I beg your pardon. The Dunning-Kruger effect is a comical version, but take it serious, even though it's a watered-down version of Bonhoeffer's own works. The 5 laws have a great deal of explanatory reach as to the level of destruction a stupid person can do you, your organization, your life, as well as themselves. This gentleman, of course, is Bonhoeffer. Roads are named after him in Germany. He lost his life to bring this knowledge to us. What a tragedy. The basic laws of human stupidity, which is essentially this book. I would like you folks to get a copy of these 2 books and read it and study it. It took me less than 3 hours to go through this book and understand it. I did a study on stupidity because I wanted to understand the hazardous and stupid people that came into my organization. For the sole purposes of what it looks like, to be of benefit to people as well as the organization of Federal Postal Corps. What they had in mind, of course, is vastly different. So it's never been just enough for me to accept that, yeah, such a people exist. I wanted to understand if there was a science, and that's what I'm bringing to you. So
There's no audio right now.
Yeah, audio is not coming through my end.
No, there's no audio at all on our video.
I hope I don't.
Audio is perfect, running just fine.
Right.
I meant on the other end.
Yeah, it's not coming on my end, not coming through the live stream, that's the thing.
It's perfect, running just fine.
Right.
I hope I don't.
Audio is perfect, running just fine.
Right.
in the words of all successful people, stay away from stupid people, because it will cause a great deal of damage to you. And in Carlo's own words, let me see if I can dig it up. A stupid person is the most dangerous type of person. A stupid person is more dangerous than a thief or a bandit. Non-stupid people always underestimate the damaging power of stupid individuals. In particular, non-stupid people constantly forget at all times and places and under any circumstances to deal and or associate with stupid people infallibly turns out to be a costly mistake. I am first-hand knowledge of that, ladies and gentlemen. First-hand knowledge. That's on my webpage, and it shows some of the people that I've come in contact with.
Anybody looking for a good train wreck? I'm looking for a good train wreck. Do those words sound familiar?
Some of them I do not know. They're usually character assassinations, like newspapers, BBC, and etc., television stations and stuff, to reward you people from understanding the knowledge that I bring you.
I put out some timeless videos. You know what I mean? You can't get enough of these. Of a lie, and then right next to it, the clip of the tree. It's just beautiful. Don't you like that method? I do. It's my favorite method. It gets things done. And then when people don't have anything to say about it, then you can see who's who.
But I want to make it clear to you, whether or not I'm the nominee, I promise you, I'm going to work like the devil to make sure Democrats elect the President of the United States.
And of course, the second one. The probability that a certain person be stupid is independent of any other characteristics of that person. They can be pretty, they could be ugly, even though they're just interpretations. They could be unintelligent, very low in IQ, but that does not make them stupid.
If you don't want to get timed out, just don't say dumb stuff. You know what I mean? Is it really that hard? Is it?
So I'm gonna need to know everything that you know about this fucking guy. I'm gonna wait for that video.
They could be very high in IQ. That does not make them stupid. But they are each one of those categories. In whichever way the pendulum swings, they are all blighted within those categories of stupid people.
You're accusing people of getting paid and paid shill.
I'm just saying you fit the profile, you shitbag.
Well, you fit the profile of a paranoid schizophrenic. Okay?
Yawn.
Always and inevitably, everyone underestimates the number of stupid individuals in circulation.
Don't.
No, I get it. I know what they're doing.
In case these idiots didn't know this, the NSA has been recording everything you do for a very long time. So, good luck on masking that IP address. Good luck on that. They want somebody they're going to... And this is something I wanted to bring up earlier. Some of these people, as I was kind of asking everybody questions about what they thought these were, what they were and what their motivations were, some of these people, as we're discovering now, are part of a very bad pedo ring. And some of them were going down, and just before a lot of it happened, I'm not going to say how I'm privy to this, but just before this happened, guess what happened? The COVID thing. Messed everything up. Changed everything. But now, starting to recover a little bit for now.
That's BS, because the COVID is a good way to actually get people locked in place. Like Ghislaine, Maxwell, and others, get them locked in place. This guy, there's something going on here.
And some of them are going to be held accountable. And you're going to watch it. And you're going to come on here and you're going to say, you know what? I saw that a long time ago. You know, trying to wake people up to the fact that this was going on. For some reason, nobody was listening. But now they're going to listen.
I think I've explained reasonably well. It is up to you to judge that, and I'll leave you to read it. Please make use of the YouTube channels out there and the books that I've shown you. I will certainly post them into the description box. I have greatly benefited from this study, which took me a few months to put together. And the simplicity is what overwhelmed me. Like most things, it's a lot more simple. In understanding what I have come to be gifted with from these people, is that I myself will be plotting and checking to make sure that stupid people do not come my way.
Give you crap, man. Like I said, I got a lot of... He's a predator. I mean, he protects these people. I make him a predator in my eyes. And I expect he would call it a clear and present danger.
Is he going to leave? I mean, it's the final countdown. He said he was going to do it 10 hours after he put a video up. And he's got these other channels, Action Pro. Maybe you know, Urban. You know if he's going to leave. Aaron, is he leaving YouTube?
No, he's not leaving.
The BS thing.
Yeah, this is Aaron's. This is what.
So in this book, it gives you a chart, the graph, what the consequences are of dealing with this man or this woman.
And yes, oh yeah, we're on Christian Street. We're gonna be in a Christian bookstore because you and we're gonna pray for all of us because you know we are Christians, very devout Christians. None of you even knew that we go to church on Sunday. Yes, we go to church every Sunday. Everyone knows I am all religions, especially all Christian religions. Everyone knows that I come from the cosmos. Everyone knows that I can see the dead. Oh yes, absolutely. And it's just all jealousy. So Christmas is coming, the new year, and I'm going to start this off right with my cyber husband, with the Lord.
And it's quite explanatory, and it offers a great deal of safety for men and women as we enter this corona period. Because as you know, stupid people are going to find it exceptionally difficult to have a voice in the blockchain world. And the blockchain world keeps it active. So we may, with your help, finally see, perhaps, and I'm sure of it, the mass extinction of stupidity that blights our world.
Really? Oh man, really? Yeah, that sounds stretchy. So I'm gonna do something right here. That because I myself, I don't break the laws. No, I've always been a law-abiding citizen. Worst thing I've ever done in my friggin' life basically was smoke pot. I beat the hell out of some people too.
This flame is coalescing. This fire's burning bright. I know I'll get burned, but it's alright. It's too late to change direction. Fixed on her in my mind. Trade sense for sensation this time.
right now. A karate instructor with kids is not pleased with what the News 4i team discovered about his past. Chief investigative reporter Jeremy Finley discovered how he and others are avoiding the sex offender registry, even if they pleaded guilty to sex crimes against children. That's Mark Cruz heading into work. Mark like that? He doesn't realize the News 4i team is also here. Confirmed. When waiting in her eyes. And we wanted to know, okay, in 2009, when he was 46, he pleaded guilty to statutory rape of a then 15-year-old girl.
We are creative beings, we are creative creatures. And in creating, we have no competitors. Humanity is not our competitor. You are not my competitor. Creative people, in the world of creative people, have no competitors. You know that, because just look at an artist or a musician, or what I do, or what you do, you have no competitor. It's a beautiful, erotic relationship. Technologies that get better and better in our hands, not in the hands of stupid people. With a wink of an eye, they can destroy an entire nation. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, goodbye.
10 serious allegations of sexual misconduct involving some of the highest-ranking members of the Harris County Precinct 1 Constable's Office.
A lawsuit expected to be filed tomorrow names a handful of people, including Constable Alan Rosen. This lawsuit coming from 3 former and current female deputy constables, as well as another employee of that office, and they say Rosen and the DA's office did nothing to stop it. KPRC2's Bill Barajas joins us live from Harris County Precinct 1's office in downtown Houston with a story you'll see only on 2 tonight. Bill?
And the focus of that lawsuit is the human trafficking unit here at the Harris County Precinct 1 Constable's Office and some of their undercover sting operations, which allegedly turned into a, quote, booze-fueled playground for sexual exploitation. That, of course, according to the lawsuit. The 39-page lawsuit is explosive. So far, 3 women have come forward with allegations that they were molested by their intoxicated male commanding officers during undercover operations, specifically what they call bachelor party-style prostitution stings.
Simply put, it's unlike anything that I've seen in 4 decades as a criminal defense attorney, in 6 years as a special prosecutor, and a quarter century as a legal analyst.
KPRC2 legal analyst Brian White says the lawsuit names Precinct 1 Constable Alan Rosen, who allegedly knew about the abuse and did
to contend with? Why was it that they felt they had to act worse than the bad guys? Ridicule, retaliated against, and reassigned to less prestigious duties. Whistleblower and human trafficking advocate at the constable's office came forward on Clinton's behalf. Lawsuit claims she was fired. Allegations. The truth by a preponderance of the evidence. That reasonable people ongoing quasi-criminal enterprise. Synthetic ecstasy, where the legs are all the lawsuit alleges that Harris County District Attorney Kim Hogg also knew behind the wall where men and angels fall. The constable himself, Alan Rosen, did anything to stop it. Again, that lawsuit will be filed. Fading memory when my mind is frozen. To get their take on the allegations, and then they speculated. They said, quote, if allegations are going to file, the courts are reviewing them, making sure the truth is revealed.
The nerd ballet, you might call it. Aaron Cox. There's another one over here in England. That's very kinky. OG wants his cojones there, that guy. He's up in Belfast. Aaron Cox and him both have something in common. They like to blow up forts.
Hold on, wait a minute, lady. That guy OG, he couldn't blow up a freaking porcelain throne after a bad episode of Taco Bell. He freaking poops out little rabbit fur. Pencil neck. What are you doing associating me with that freaking pencil neck? The heck?
OG wants his cojones actually followed Agent 19's gang's little game of threatening the Corey Corpus Christi. He actually phoned to threaten him. He phoned to threaten to the Corpus Christi Police Department, and they referred him to the FBI. Aaron Cox blew up in the launch screen himself.
What's all this blowing up, man? Like I said, man, the only thing that's blowing up around here is the freaking porcelain throne. But at least I'm not throwing out rabbit turds.
Yeah, so Aaron Cox is part of, what people don't understand is I probably have an agenda that's different from everybody. I never came in here for the purpose of building a channel. I never tried to be part of a community. I discovered the, let's see, I don't know what this guy OJM wants.
Hi, Denise. Hi, I got more info on Cox if you really want it.
No, I'm not. I don't need it.
He's a fisherman. He fishes for trout.
Okay, we're done. How do I get rid of him?
Have some more twisted.
Something about buying a new computer, but they're like $500 for a new freaking computer. He took my fucking router too. My router I was using, and the old one that I thought was broke, but evidently it was working. He took both of them. So I had no computer, had no router.
I already know you're like, claim like, what? Some people like claim like, fucking turtle, like, all kinds of weird shit. Really? Really? Why don't you come out and say like, nope? Hell nah. And then you're gonna rate me whatever. Why don't you come out and say that? Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. I got a big ass house. I got a 5-year lease. Big ass house that I own, my house.
They both not only lie, talk shit behind the keyboards, but they also stalk and harass women.
Ooh. Oh, ABC. Yeah.
ABC, who's that?
Aaron V. Cox.
Oh, yes, I've heard that name. I've heard that name plenty lately.
The little faggot, as I call him. Because he is a faggot. Because he can sit there all he wants and say that he's never made troll accounts. I just showed one of the troll accounts. He's in Tony's stream right now.
Right?
So,
oh, he has scores and scores. He got for hire, Tony.
See, I'm not a big LARPer, and I never will be. But I know for a fact that if I see people make multiple accounts like he has, Tony and some other people, I'm going to call them out.
Is that who? Yeah, your mama is?
Yeah, the act for hire was made for me.
Who's PI for hire?
Oh, yeah.
Interdimensional Meltdown.
Right, I've seen that.
My backup channel. WLRP, Colorado City, Arizona. Oh yeah, Aaron.
Yeah.
You don't think I've studied the shit that you did? I'm in a whole nother level, Aaron. And I know a lot about you and Tony, so if I was you, both, I'd knock off the wisecracks and the bullshit. Because you guys are on the same fucking level. And I've noticed a lot of you. When you guys were in Urban Stream, you guys kind of comment in some ways back to back, like their comments would be like up and down, like side by side. You know what I mean? Like when you comment on the comment section, I see Aaron comment with his quantum lock box, and then you see Tony trying to wake up.
All right.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, that proves it all. We're working together.
You're on the same fucking team. Bullshit. All lies.
They all
I was under his spell for a good while. And so I got out of his manipulation.
Scores and scores. Troll account. Don't he destroy me?
Here's another meme from Bridget General Robert Kaufman. And it shows people in Nazi Germany. It says, when I studied the Holocaust in school, I remember thinking to myself, how did Hitler get over 6 million people to follow along and not fight back? And then I realized I'm watching my fellow Americans take the same path. Yeah, I've thought about that too. Oh, this is some really good news. There's the top lawyer in Hawaii is filing a class action lawsuit saying that the vaccine has killed 45,000 people.
Tests we've seen around the country from doctors are showing that almost 45,000 people that got these vaccinations were dead in 72 hours. Women who are concerned about being pregnant or getting pregnant are looking at this vaccine, and no one really knows, other than the fact that you can still get the virus if you're vaccinated. You can still spread the virus if you're vaccinated. It is now spread not only to unions, to public schools, to private schools, workers all over the state that can't support their families because the governor mandates you're getting inoculated or you're getting fired. With influenza, when they found 53 deaths as a result of the vaccine, they suspended the vaccine. We can show 45,000 deaths in 72 hours from this vaccine. You have companies making $1 billion plus a month. The pressure they put on the FDA to endorse these vaccines is unbelievable. I think they'd rather pay people for the deaths of their family members than stop making the $1 billion a month. So we're going to go through now the plan, what we're filing, who we're filing for, and the progression for the rest of the year. What we're going to do to try to help workers, parents, and everyone else that's going to be affected by what the existing governor's order is.
I'm attorney Sean Louise, and
That actually reminds me of kind of the Ponzi scheme with, and no offense to Native Americans, but the casinos on the reservations, their minimum payout on the slot machines is 33.3%. And usually, if you go under there, you're supposed to pay a fine. You have to pay out that minimum. 33.3%. So usually they don't even make that quota And it's better, cheaper for them just to pay the fines for not paying out enough. Makes sense? We'll keep going for a second.
Together with Michael J. Green and Kristen Polkara, we're going to represent the plaintiffs in a class action against the governor's vaccine. Different aspects of the vaccine mandate that violate our clients' right to autonomy in their personal health care decisions, to decide what is best for them, what is best for their families, and they're being deprived of that right in violation of the First, Fourth, the Fifth, the 14th Amendments, the Civil Rights Act of 1871, 42 U.S.C. Section 1983.
My name is Kamimi Velikai.
Is claiming he's involved in bombing a port in Texas. I mean, oh wow. That I tried to get you to do to come after people. You know, eat a big one. That's bullshit. You fucking just made yourself look like a fucking marker in here.
You want to talk about an intention? I got some intentions for you right now. I intend to make sure I expose you and everyone around you who's been running around for 2 years gaslighting and harassing people, all because of 19 and Darren. Hey, you know it. Bubblers. I'm gonna vomit. There you go, bitches. I'm just not trying to impress people with my tiny nugs like Gollum and Screech are.
No,